Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Schlage number 35-056. This is an H section. It's an H keyway. Control key is what it is. This is a control key by Schlage. Schlage's full-size interchangeable core system works on the principle of their control key basically being cut to an operating key. I would think that you would not want it to be a master, although I would imagine that it probably usually is. Or what might be nice is if it was cut possibly as a selective master, so that the master bidding could not be determined by the control key. That might be an interesting way to do this. I'd have to think about that. Schlage's system uses an elongated key that has a profile here that's when it's inserted into the cylinder, and the cuts or the bidding of the key itself will create a shear line. That extended tip there is going to be able to move a small pin inside of the cylinder plug so that it is basically out of the way, so that you can, well, it pushes it up and then it engages the ring by which you can pull back the pin that keeps the core securely placed within the cylinder housing, is what that is. It's a control key. That's all it is. Otherwise, if you were to put this onto a bench grinder and grind off the tip of that, it would be a multi-section key blank at that point. So I just said multi-section. Schlage has 8 of their classic keyways, and that's I think the number 8 is considered a unit or a group for a multi-section system. The classic keyways are C, CE, E, E, F, 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 G, and G. I'm one off. I'm sorry, there are 7. There are not 8. That's not funny. There are 7 classic keyways. It might be Yale that considers 8 a section, or maybe Corbin Russ one, I forget. C, C, E, 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 F, 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 G, G is what it is. So a multi-section system will permit multi or all section key blanks to pass through cylinder plugs. So it will permit multi or all section blanks, keys, to enter into cylinders. There are 7 cylinder keyways. There are 7 profiles. Each of those 7 keyways in cylinder plugs have their own keyway. Well, on top of them can sit multi-section key blanks that will operate more than one of the 7 at one time. Now the H, and there is a directory tree down below, the H sits on top of the C, CE, and E. That means that this control blank can operate in any of those. It will at least enter or pass the warding in the inside of the cylinder plug, permitting this key blank to enter a C, CE, or E keyway. Likewise, there's a J multi-section blank, as you can see, and by the same logic, it will enter the E, E, F, and F. On top of that, there is an L, or an all-section key blank, that will pass all 7 of the cylinder plugs. The multi and all section are blanks only. There is no H keyway. It's just a blank, and basically it is modified. Literally, the milling of the key blank has been modified, basically made less defined so that it will enter those 3 different keyways that are there. There are a couple of reasons that come to mind for a multi-section system. First of all, if you were to, let's just work on the H principle, the H control, or the H non-control, just an operating key. You can have 3 different keyways in your system: C, CE, and E. Okay, so the application of that could simply be you have a 3-story office building. The first floor has a realtor's office. The second floor has a sales consultancy office. The third floor has a law office. Okay, 3 different tenants. Each floor has its own keyway, C, CE, E. The purpose of that is that it's restricting keys from passing cylinders, meaning the C keyway on the first floor for the realty office will not work any of the cylinders on the second floor in the sales consulting office. It not only will it not work, it won't even go into the cylinder. Okay, so you've got a vehicle by which to try to control where keys can go. Well, that would be a good way to control where keys can go. It might be a hassle for the building owner, except if you walk around with an H keyway. So if you walk around with an H multi-section blank, the owner can walk around with the H, which will pass all 3 of those cylinders and work just perfectly. It would be for convenience on that end. Another reason would be is if you were doing a large system of keys and required thousands of biddings. In a 6-pin system, you're going to hit a theoretical maximum of possible key changes depending on the keying requirements. It could be just a couple of thousand. It could be a very small quantity of changes depending on how many masters or grandmasters might be involved. You could have just a few hundred or a few thousand key changes under one keyway. Now, if you are a 20-story commercial building, that might work, or a 10-story commercial building, that might work. But if you're a Big Ten university where you have thousands upon tens of thousands of doorways, that would never hopefully work. That would never possibly work at all. So the other reason for a multi-section system is that you could write your bidding list in the first keyway. You could literally take that bidding list, photocopy it, and where it says C on the first one, make it CE on the second one. So you have the ability to duplicate all of those mathematical combinations of biddings to create a doubling of the amount of possible change keys that you'll have. Change keys or master keys, or just combinations available to you. Photocopy it one more time, erase the C, and now you've got the E. So now you've tripled the amount. And you can do that and then work with H section blanks, control, and standard operating keys. If your system is larger, you can continue that through 7 keyways and move up the hierarchy of multi-section or the L all section. The L is made of stainless steel only because otherwise it would be far too thin of a key blank because of how it's been homogenized. A couple of ways that multi-section come in. You could also keep it really simple, although I would think it might be a bit extreme. You could have your home, and it could be a typical Chicago bungalow where you've got a front door, a side door, you've got a lower garage door, and then a rear kitchen door. That's 4 doors. You could run all of those on a CE, let's just say an FG, which is not unheard of, but somewhat uncommon. You could then put the garage door on a G key blank, because the G key blank on the garage door only needs to be handed out to the landscaper, and you don't want the G keyway from not only not working the home doors, but it won't even go into the keyway because those are all FG. You can walk around with the K blank. Give your landscaper the G blank, which will only go into the cylinder on the garage door. So that might be an obtuse way of implementing a multi-section, but definitely lets people know where they can't go because the key blank won't even enter the system. The world of Schlage is a deep and vast world of locksmithing possibilities with keyways, both commercially non-restricted, no longer under patent control, but still require some paperwork to be sent to the factory, all the way up to, you need paperwork sent to the factory, all the way up to it's a single user that gets their own keyway, a large, say like a national laboratory, or a not secretive, but something quite classified, I suppose, might have their own keyway, and Schlage can provide that. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Schlage products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog and several other documents that are there as well. Service manuals, key blank reference guide, guides to cylinders and keying, prior catalogs, archival catalogs. Bunch of information is there. If you have any questions on the Schlage, this is their part number 35-056 and an H profile on the key blank for control key or any other Schlage product. Please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.